Pete Weber, one of the best to ever play the game, and whether you loved or hated him, he was always must watch when on TV. He gave us so many memorable moments on TV, and with 37 titles including 10 majors, it's not a surprise he has so many great moments throughout his career. However, he had his fair share of struggles on TV, and in this video we're going to be looking at some of his worst ever moments on television. Now, I have done a worst moments video for Pete before, but I recently did a video about his physical and mental game, and I realised there were some moments that I missed out that really should have been included, so I decided to make a part 2. I've picked out 5 moments that I think are his worst on TV, so we'll kick this video off straight away with number 5, the 2013 Wolf Open.
And that great soft touch and rotation of Pete Weber's at the bottom of the swing. Whoa! Channel! Lost it.
Oh, 6.
No.
Much better.
Yeah. 7.
Probably the best hit of the day.
We start this list with the 2013 Wolf Open. Now, the Wolf pattern was the shortest pattern used on the PBA Tour at 32 feet. If you thought the Cheetah was short, which I believe was 35 feet at the time, then the Wolf was even shorter. This meant players were forced into flirting with the gutter. In the opening match, Weber played Bill O'Neill. Weber struck on his first shot but then threw a gutter ball in the second frame. He then followed this up with a 6 count as he over-adjusted and went through the nose. After this, he strung 5 in a row and was down 16 pins, so without this gutter, it would have been even closer. Weber had a chance as O'Neill left a couple of 10 pins. He struck in the 9th, but then left a 7 pin from a light hit. This meant O'Neill just needed 8 pins to win. However, he did leave the 2-8-10, which, as you can see, really surprised him how this ball did not react. So he needed 2 pins to advance, which he got, and he won by a single pin. The gutter ball clearly cost Weber the match here, although if he'd carried that 7 pin, it would have been a different result. Number 4, the 2013 Milwaukee Open.
Needs it. Will not get it, 9 pin.
Are you frickin' kidding me? Solid 9. Really? Solid.
In great restraint right now with the language, obviously, by the 9. Okay, well, not anymore.
We stay in the same year of 2013, and this was a brilliant matchup of 2 legends, Weber versus Norm Duke, and it was a very close one with nothing to really separate these two. After Pete went through the nose in the 9th, he was down by 10, so still had a chance if he could double. He had the first, but the second left a 9 pin. Now, this clearly was a high shot, but Pete was not happy at all, and when he spared it, he swore and expressed his displeasure once more. Norm needed just a mark in the 10th, which he got, to move on to face Chris Barnes for the title. This was a really great match, and Barnes did win the title after Norm failed to double in the 10th. Number 3, the 2008 Dick Weber Open.
Grinders ever on tour. It was because of Pete that Parker Bone III isn't on the telecast today. Look out. Whoa.
Did that in practice, too.
You've come to the right place today. This is like football in the mud. There after.
This was the opening match of the 2008 Dick Weber Open, and it was the first TV appearance from Weber that season. The last title he'd won was the 2007 US Open, but he would have really wanted to win this one because it was the tournament named after his father. But the opening match did not go well for him. His first frame was an open as he left the 2-4-10. Then in the 6th frame, he missed way right for a 3 count, although he did make that spare. He finally got a double and somehow was up by 2 pins against Mike Scroggins. Interestingly, Scroggins was currently on a losing streak on TV, having lost the previous 8 matches, 2 short of the all-time record. But these lanes were very tough, and it clearly showed in the scores. Pete made it 3 in a row and looked like he was taking control of the match. He then left the 4-9 but did spare it to maintain a 11-pin lead. He struck in the fill shot and this meant Scroggins needed a double to advance, and that's exactly what he did. Pete actually showed a lot of sportsmanship here, congratulating Scroggins on making 2 great shots in the 10th. But this was still a poor showing from Pete overall. He never really looked comfortable. One of the main reasons it made this list is that this loss kick-started a title drought that in total lasted almost 3 years. Number 2, the 2003 US Open.
Looking for a triple to start the day in this match and a 21-pin lead. Didn't like it.
Cross to the right, he runs the risk of it hanging and leaving a 2-8-10 split.
Chops and misses the 9. Go up 9. With a triple. Didn't like it. Oh, 7-10. Looking for a double. Foundation frame to be down by 4. Comes in high again. 6-10.
Light, high, light, high, light,
Remains.
high. I got no clue on this lane.
In match number 2 of the 2003 US Open, Webber played Michael Haugen Jr. This was the first time they had faced each other on TV since their infamous match in 2001, where Webber beat Haugen for the title shooting a 289 to Haugen's 279. Well, it wasn't anywhere near as high scoring this time. Pete did struggle in this one. In the 3rd, he went Brooklyn, leaving the 5-9, which he chopped. Then in the 6th frame, working on a double, left a pocket 7-10. It was light, but still a harsh break. Right after that, he left the 2-4-10 split, although he did spare this to keep himself in the match. In the end, it wasn't to be for Webber, as Haugen struck in the 10th to secure the win and get a little bit of revenge. Haugen would eventually lose to Walter Ray Williams Jr. in the title match, which was a very close one. Webber would come back strong though in this event next year and went on to win the 2004 US Open. Number 1, the Villages Sun Bowl.
So to speak, the John McEnroe of our tour, so we're going to try to help him out and keep him in check. Wow, another great shot. This one did just the opposite, a little higher on the head pin, more up towards the 19th and a half board as it goes into the pocket. They have perfect slide as it is for a perfect shot. So that's what he's doing right there, is wiping the dirt off the lane and possibly any humidity or sweat. The ball start hooking early eventually, so he's going to adjust to it the best he can. He's going to want this one pretty bad, and if he strikes, you're going to see some emotion. Well, we've been on this ride today several times. Another solid 9. And the first ball in the 10th frame will put the match over.
Well, I don't know what to say here because I'm not sure I've seen anyone leave so many 9-pins on a show before. Now, this was a pretty cool event that was held outdoors. Webber won his first match against Doug Kent despite leaving 9-pins and then played Mike Albee. But it was the same story as Webber left 3 9-pins in this match, which basically cost him the match. He had a big washout in the 10th, which he spared, but it meant Albee only needed a mark and he struck from this very light hit. A very frustrating day for Webber, who played really well and was certainly unlucky to leave that many 9-pins. So that will bring us to an end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this one. If you have, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, if you have any other video ideas for this series or anything else you'd like me to do a video on, well, please let me know in the comment section below. That is going to do it from me for today, and as always, thank you bowling fans, and see you all next time.